All right, so this is take 3. A boy fight just stopped the last one, and then the neighbor stopped the one before. All right, so I'm doing an experiment about thoracic rotation. Basically, I did a lesson on thoracic rotation this morning, and I've got the before and the after, and I'm using my BioWell software, and I'm just showing you the output. Give you a background. I started this morning, my stomach was a little bit off kilter, so I intended on today being a fast. However, I broke my fast by taking some brewer's yeast because it takes that GI distress away super quickly. So I'm technically, I guess, not fasted, but I haven't eaten since, other than the brewer's yeast. So I just did that so I would feel better. And then background on the lesson itself. So it was all thoracic rotation, some differentiation of the shoulder girdle to the pelvis to the shoulder girdle, and some tricky stuff with the head and eyes. Super simple lesson, but you generally speaking usually helps me a ton when I do it when I'm not feeling great. And then I guess my guys are gonna fight again, so I might have to start this again. But at any rate, I didn't get the outcome that I would have necessarily preferred. I did feel better. My back didn't feel great when I started. My pelvis didn't feel great when I started, but then it felt pretty good when I finished. But I didn't feel the elasticity that I often feel from doing this one. So, and I'm assuming by what I read from the chart that my resources are kind of low, and my sleep wasn't perfect by any stretch. So I was kind of rolling the dice using this particular one today. But I'm going to share my screen in a second. So this is the BioWell software. I'm going to go and show you real quick my my perceived win and loss. Oops, not that one, not that one, not that one. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, I'm going to the fingers. So this was I'm going to show you the proverbial loss first. My left ring finger didn't show any distress at all when I started, and then it ended with some elevation, in a sense, some redistribution. Energy wise, my urogenital system, pancreas, thyroid, and I did say that wrong again. Thyroid, pancreas, adrenal, and urogenital system all kind of went into elevation. And in the first round, it wasn't that way. My right ring finger, though, was my proverbial win. Here's the before. The pituitary was low functioning, which has something to do with the sleep. My pancreas, probably sleep related. My adrenal, definitely sleep related. Those were all in a lower function. And then urogenital system was in an elevated, and then my nervous system was in a little bit of an elevated. And my win was the after, and the only thing that was in a little bit of low function was adrenals. And again, that is more a function of sort of sleep that was off kilter last night. So now I'm going to compare just my before and after images. My before being on the, if you're facing the screen, on your left side, and then my after on the right side. I don't necessarily see a big win visually here. Just a redistribution is evident to me. And here's my chakras. I started my heart being off to the right, which I think is a tendency for me, sort of reaching beyond myself in a sense, in a proverbial way. And then on the left, after it shifted far to the left. So I had done something that was really introspective. And I also shifted everything else kind of grossly to the left. So I was doing this in a real introspective process. So that tends to go that way. Ideally, I'd want to line up everything through the middle. But I did something that didn't have that function. My area diagram, I'm going to show the orange being the before, the purple being the after. You can kind of see the difference here. Not a whole lot of change visually here. And then I'm just going to discuss this energy diagram, not the energy diagram, about my, what's the screen at? The analysis screen. The orange being the before and the purple being the after. So I started with a X amount of stress, and then it decreased, which is a function of doing a good lesson, at least in my mind. And the lesson could have been a workout. It was just, in this case, it was in the format of a lesson. My energy in the orange there, it increased after. So again, sign of me doing a pretty good job of my lesson. My organ disbalance, which is some percentage, it weirdly increased. But with the other proverbial wins, it's okay in my mind. It was just a redistribution. It did go a little bit into hyperfunction, however. This is where I won, was in the number of organs in disbalance here. It went from 6 on the left down to 4. And it went from 2 on the right down to 1 on the right. And then this average disbalance energy in joules just kind of redistributed. Can't necessarily say much in that regard. It definitely went down on the right, but it increased on the left. So just shared the load, basically, is my interpretation. So that's the experiment for today. I might come up with a better one here in a little bit. And I think I got through this. I think I actually got through this without a fight, without my dog barking. But I am at the whim of my neighbor and his mowing machine or whatever he's using. So hope that's not too evident. So thank you guys for tuning in.